Okay, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. And today we're going to be doing some talkable analysis on TSLA Incorporated. Of course, this video is going to be separated. This analysis is going to be separated into about 3 or 4 different videos, maybe 5. So let's start as we usually do. We're currently on the weekly time frame. That means each candlestick represents a week's worth of price action. What we're looking for right now is our zones. As usual, when I do my talkable analysis, the first thing I look for is to examine the zones on the higher time frame. That is the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And right now, we're on the weekly. So what are zones? Zones are higher level support and resistance. Plain and simple. That's the most basic definition of zones. The basic definition of zones are higher level support and resistance. So what then are support and resistance levels? For those who may not know. Higher level support and resistance levels, plain and simple, are regions in price. The price finds difficult to go above or below. So the resistance level, like this zone we just drew, is a range for a specific price actually. That price refuses to go above. So you can see that price has come up to this point once, came up to this point twice, and refused to break above it. That is what we call a zone. That's what's called a resistance level, sorry. But it's still a zone on the higher time frame anyways. That's what we call a resistance level. Then the support is the exact opposite. I'm trying to quickly find the support on the other hand is a range in price. It's a specific price, not a range, but it still acts as a price range. Or it's a specific price or specific price range where price refuses to go below. So like this, I said our price has bounced over this level not once but twice, making it a very valid zone. So our resistance level means that price doesn't go above it, and our support level means that price doesn't go below it. Then we have support turn resistance and resistance turn support, which are regions in price. The price refuses to go above, and then the minute price goes above it, it starts to find support on this level. An example of resistance turn support is something like this. Because price bounced for this level the first time, came above it. Okay, no, this doesn't really count actually. Let's delete this. This doesn't really count. Let's also delete this since you're counting more our chart of it. So that's it for zones anyways. So let's see what more zones we can draw. What other zones can we draw? That's something that resembles a zone here. But price went through it completely, totally violating it. It looks like a zone, but it has been violated. So which other zones? Let's zoom out a bit, if you can see anything. Okay, there's a zone here, and I think, okay, wow, this one doesn't even, you can take the zone all the way from here. Yeah. We also have another zone right about here. But because price has completely gone through it these 2 times, I'm still wondering if it's a valid zone. Because price seemed to be coming to find support at this level here, even though price completely went through it twice over. So let's just mark it up as our zone. Let's just keep it as our zone. Okay, so now let's go down to the daily time frame and see what you can see on zones. And see what we can see. Let's look for some zones. So we have static valid zone. Yes, it is. We have a zone there. We have a daily zone here. We have a daily zone. We have a daily zone here. So that's it for zones. Next thing I'm going to do is to draw our trend lines.